reaction video, and this time I am going to react to a suggestion. So I've actually never seen this piece before. A lot of stuff comes out, and I'm notorious. I don't know what my issue is, but I just can't get into the habit of using Instagram on a repeated basis. I know, kill me, right? But my point is that so much stuff and so many people are doing so many things. So certain things definitely slip through the cracks, but I am going to react to the full project from Italy, their Bangkok performance from the 2019 Salsa Dance Congress in Bangkok, the original Latin Dance Congress. So we're about to react to this, and nothing to it but to do it. Let's get it. So, literally off the top of the head, Haru Percussion something is the name of this song. Frankie Martinez did this song a long time ago. He did a solo to this song. And it's weird, because I remember one time being in New York City at a Congress, and Frankie Martinez was there, Juan Matos was there, and a lot of these guys who are big names out of New York City, they were there. And I remember Juan, because Juan's kind of he's just loud, you know what I'm saying? If you know him, he's just cool like that, right? So he's loud, and he was yelling, "Frankie, they're using your song, and it's weird because, personally, there's certain pieces from certain people that when they do the song, leave it alone. You know what I mean? Don't do that song. That song has been done. So I wonder what you guys think about that. Can a song kind of be off limits now because someone just did it so well? Because if you watch Frankie's performance, he killed that. He killed it. You know what I'm saying? He killed that ish. And just as a soloist, he's just electric. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll react to it, but I think it was 2005 or 2006 or something like that. The LA Salsa Congress. He's just by himself on that stage. Thousands of people watching, he just owned it, you know what I'm saying? So not to discredit what these guys are doing, I'm just noticing the song, and right away, in my mind immediately goes there because someone owned it, you know what I mean? Let's go back. So the one thing I'll say right off the bat is I like that I like watching guys dance, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times in a traditional company with leads and follows, men and women on stage, a lot of the style and a lot of the attention gets put on the ladies, because there's always this expression that I never forgot when I heard it, that we are the frame and the women are the picture. So a lot of times when we're dancing with them, we highlight them, you know what I mean? We highlight their speed, we highlight their flexibility, we highlight their ability to do lifts and tricks, we highlight their spinning, if I said that already, we highlight the fact they can do stuff on the floor, whatever. So our role is different. So a lot of times, and I reacted to Franklin Diaz and Eddie Torres Jr. when they did Monty, and one of the things, the reason I love that piece so much is because it's just two dudes just killing it, just wrecking it and just swagging for days. And here's another instance. It's just some guys doing their thing, and being stylish and just I don't know if this is their intention, because I don't know these guys from, my neighbors, but my point is that it's a celebration of just guys doing their thing, you know what I mean? So that's cool. As someone who's doesn't know anything about these guys, I don't really follow a lot of the stuff going on in Europe. I don't know. It's just a different style. It's not bad or good. And I actually like a lot of the stuff that I come to find out, oh yeah, they stay over there and so, whatever. I remember going to a London Congress one time, and it opened my eyes. I'm like, oh my man, like it's a completely different scene. Like what's going on in the States, what's going on this side of the world. There's a lot of people over here, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of those Europeans don't necessarily come over and cross the ocean and vice versa. So there's almost like three major separate things that I've seen that I've actually, with my own eyes, I've seen what's going on in the States, in Canada, Central. I've never been to South America, unfortunately. Hope to go one day, but I've been to Canada. I've been to the States, all over the States, to Mexico, to PR, you know, and there's definitely a lot of the same names that you see in this geographic area. I've also been to Asia, and that was a whole separate set of people and stars and like, you know, salsa personalities. Now, that being said, they are much more open to bringing people over to help them, you know, get better and whatnot. And some of the people met, I'm sure that they pull in from both sides. They pull in from Europe and they also pull in from the States. But when I've been to Asia, I've noticed that they bring in New Yorkers a lot to help them, because I think they're, from what I heard, literally from what I heard, I was in Beijing and I heard them like they want to learn from the source, you know. So I don't know if that's still true, but again, going back to my whole point, when I was in London or even in Rome, I remember seeing like a bunch of people like, who are these guys? Like, who are you? Who is that? Like, they're good, and you just don't know it, you know. So I guess in a nutshell, the world is so full of talent, you know, and which is cool. And it's awesome that so many people are so crazy about Latin dancing, which I think is dope. Afro Latin dancing. Let me correct myself. The guy with the crew cut. I think I know who that is. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, someone correct me here. There's some dude who's been dancing for a while. He's smooth, and I think Fadi Fusion. I think that if that's not him, it looks like him a lot. What I was gonna say was, I think back in my previous comment, I got sidetracked. That I like a lot of what I'm seeing, but no one particularly stands out. So there's two reasons that could happen. A, there's not a distinct star. They're all good equally. You know what I'm saying? I've heard from other directors that they're of the opinion that if you have, and again, no disrespect to any of the dancers, because even to be on stage is, you know, you deserve some respect for that. But for example, like, let's say you have a 10 and a 6, and you have a 7 and a 7, an 8 and a 7, and 9 and an 8. Like, you want to see what you got to work with, and you want to match the people so that everyone looks good, right? So you don't want to necessarily put the weak and the 6 and the 6 together, and then the 10 and the 10 together. It's better to kind of mix and match those. Now, certain people think that, and other people are just like, I'm not even going to put them on stage yet. They're not ready until they're an 8, you know? Another scenario is that, you know, they'll all get on, but someone is clearly standing out because they're the better dancer on stage, right? So what I mean to say by that is no one is standing out. So I don't know who the director, who choreographed this, whether it was a team effort, whether it was one person's vision. I think they're all doing really good. Periodically, there's moments where each guy is kind of shining, which I think is cool. No one is overly standing out and pulling the attention. So I think as a collective, they're doing very well. Little swing step. I will say though, man, what they're doing, they're committing to it. You know, I like the guy with the crew cut in front. He's definitely more facial about it. It's something I'm very aware of myself that I don't know. It's one of the things that I think I've talked about this elsewhere. I might have to make a separate, complete video just talking on the topic, but about facials. You know, like, do you actually practice them, or are you just in the moment? And is he just, like right now, is he just happy? Is he just killing it because he's feeling it, feeling himself and feeling the music and feeling the ambiance and whatnot and just giving the show? Or is it like something he's stood there and looked in the mirror and made funny faces and stuff until he got something that he likes that reads well, you know? A lot of the other guys are definitely from here down doing everything, but they're just a little bit quieter up here. So he's standing out to me now that I'm kind of watching. Maybe because I also mentioned him before, but he's definitely standing out with the facials. Oh boy, here with the big fro, he's kind of standing out. He's standing up a little bit too, and little head snaps. The staging is nice too. They do a nice job of keeping it interesting and doing moments where they're definitely like all like in harmony and just kind of like a static position just to kind of highlight what they're doing, but then playing around with angles and levels and keeping it interesting visually. It's good, man. Yeah, I like it. And just I like the commitment. I like the commitment of the two of the couple of people who are. You can even see right now in the freeze frame, like some of them, like three of the guys, that's their low, and the other three, like that's their low. So they're committing to level changing and making it look a little bit more dynamic. So something that for all of us to keep in mind while we're dancing. Oh. I like that. That was dope. Hey! Yeah, man, that whole little bit when he crossed it pulled the attention to himself. Like, you got to think as a viewer. As a choreographer, you have to think of the viewer. I say this because I went to art school. I studied illustration and design. Maybe I think of it this way. I'm not sure how other people think of it or movement, but I remember so many times where I had to study composition and how to draw the eye, because the best analogy that I've always been able to give people is imagine a black canvas with one white dot in the bottom corner, or vice versa, a big ass white canvas with a black dot in the bottom corner. Immediately, as you look at it, your eyes immediately drawn to the contrast, right? Because that's what's happening. It's a contrast of two things. So on one hand, you had these guys doing their fancy footwork, and then my man, he like kind of slid across and immediately caught your eye. So as the viewer, you were kind of like watching everyone, and all of a sudden you're dragged over here, and then he himself cued the guys, yo, come to me, and all of a sudden, then you start seeing it bleed, and then he sends him back out. So that whole little bit, that sequence was like la 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 la, boom, collect, spread out, bam, snap it, and then back to their formation. I think that was really dope, and noticing those moments about how much someone, like certain people have a talent for, because staging it can be just floor changes, but it can also be like purposefully like making moments. I think that was a really cool moment. Hey, hit that line. Second guy over there. That was dope.
These amazing guys from Italy.
I like that. That was cool. So I got this recommendation. I don't know if I said it in the beginning. I got this recommendation from one of my buddies, Ethan. So Ethan, shout out. Thank you, bro, for the share on this. I liked it. I think that was really cool. I had not seen it, so it was a sincere first reaction. Where some of the stuff, especially the Yamale stuff, if I had to really name that video, it would be like, check out my 515th reaction to the same video that I've seen a million times, So, yeah, this one was a legit first one. So I really enjoyed that. And again, for anyone watching this, if you like that, definitely hit subscribe and share. But also, please comment and say, hey, check this one out. Hey, check this one out. Because not only as a choreographer / dancer / teacher / coach, do I like to do, but I love even more to receive and like be exposed to new things. So definitely share anything you guys think I might like or want to see me react to. Other than that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.